Alright, so before this gets started, I just want to preface this just by saying that this is going to be a pretty cool podcast. I'm not gonna just rant for a long period of time like I did in the political rant I had a couple days ago. Um, Hopefully, one of these days I'll have a guest on. But yeah, here's the first podcast. Probably going to be about 25 minutes long for this one. But we'll see where it goes. Yeah, here we go. All right, so well, let me preface this by saying congratulations to the Golden Knights and the Washington Capitals for going to the Stanley Cup Finals. There are a lot of players in both teams that deserve this. As for who I'm rooting for, it's really up in the air. I like Ovechkin. I really think he deserved the cup, so people can finally just stop talking about how he's a choker and how he never gets anything done, and finally just admit to his greatness. Because he's a generational player. He's a 600 goal scorer. And I think this year he's really developed into a team player. He's done a lot. Even in the game 6 against Tampa? He didn't. I think it was game 6. He didn't record a point, but he went in there. He had a lot of big hits. He had a lot of shots. He blocked a couple shots, and yeah, he's developed into a real team player this year, which I think is huge for Washington's getting past the second round and then getting past the third round, and I think that's been huge for that team. He's finally doing what he's been criticized for not doing the entire time, which is pass the puck. And yeah, I really think he deserves a cup. And on the other side, I'll be rooting for former National Predator James Neal. I think he deserves a cup. He's worked really hard. He was so close last year, so very close last year with the Predators. It came down to the wire, really. Yeah, I hope he goes out there and gets the cup. And I honestly hope he brings it back to Nashville. That'd be awesome if he could do that. If he doesn't, that's that. I mean, I'll be happy for him either way. As for who I'm definitely rooting for, I'm probably going to pull for the Caps, which usually isn't good. I'm going to try to stay away from superstitions. Yeah. So that's that news. Fenton, in terms of Predators news, Fenton has stepped away from the Nashville Predators and is going to the Minnesota Wild to become their GM. Little moves have been made inside the Preds organization. It's about the only news that's coming from there. Scott Hartnell will not re-sign next year. Who is it? Who's the other guy? Oh, Alexei Emlin. They've said he's not going to get awarded a contract next year. And, yeah. So that's pretty much the whole thing for this year. Yeah. In terms of Predators news, Eli Tolvanen played well with Finland when he was there for the World Cup, for the World Championship of Hockey. And congrats to Sweden for their second straight victory. Philip Forsberg, congrats to him. Congrats to Ekholm. Congrats to Arvidsson. Congrats to Mika Zibanejad. Really, anyone who wasn't there last year to do it. I'm surprised King Henrik Lundqvist wasn't there either to do it, but he wasn't. And congratulations to Marco Mueller for making it as far as he did. He's a devil. Congrats to Roman Josi for getting the silver medal. Congrats to Kevin Fiala for the silver medal. They were fantastic. Yeah, there's not really much else I could say about them. I'll be right back. Alright, so, sorry about that. Where was I? Who the hell knows? Devils news. Actually, there's not much to talk about on the end of the Devils. Hasn't been really very much to talk about, other than the fact that that we like the team. We want them to re-sign Maroon. That'd be awesome. And that's really all there is to say about that team. Obviously, there's trade rumors. There's rumors about who we're going to sign and whatnot. And I'm not even really bought into any of it yet. So yeah, I have to learn how to stop saying if I'm just going to go do this through and through. And there I go again. It's not really any other news that I really want to discuss on here. This is just kind of a thing where I'm just going to talk about random stuff. This isn't particularly a hockey podcast. This isn't particularly any kind of podcast. It's just a podcast to be a podcast. I've kind of wanted to do something like this for a while, and someone who I know who does a podcast, Steve Dangle. I don't know him personally. He went on Twitter and he said, if you want to start a podcast, go ahead and start a podcast. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Damn it, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah. In terms of, I am going to take this opportunity to talk about what's going to come up here on the channel. Some ideas that I have, so I can refer back to them. This is almost like a checklist of things. So, one thing I want to do with this channel is I want to do a lot more Disney stuff. It's not like I live close to Disney or anything, or I do a lot of Disney things, or I work for Disney. But I love Disney. It's one of my passions. So I'm actually sitting here at a table that has Tiki Bird cups on it, like it's like a centerpiece. And it's just something that I would like to do more of, because I have my Disney tips and tricks video up. The first one, I'm gonna work on a second one soon. Assuming work and school go as planned. And I just want to do a lot more Disney stuff and help you guys try to be able to do Disney the way I do. I've actually never waited in a line longer than 40 minutes at Disney in one trip. I've always been able to do a 40-minute or less wait time, and I could definitely share tips and tricks how to do that. I once did 36 rides, like there are 26 separate rides, but 36 rides overall in one day in 3 different parks. And that was an experience for sure. Maybe I'll upload something about how I was able to do that with the park hopping and whatnot. And, I just want to be able to share tips and tricks to let you, just maximize the ride times and maximize everything in between, and just have and then also have a great time and not stress about it, which I think is very important about Disney. I definitely want to, I've said this about 100 times, definitely want to do a lot more with my music on the show, the channel. That's something I really want to start doing. I might upload my first record. I call it a record, but I never released it in CD form. I really want to do my first album. I might upload that. There's a couple music videos I want to do. It's just having the time to be able to do it, having the people to be able to do it. It's tough to be able to do something like that. My camera's not that great for stuff like that. I'd have to figure something out, maybe borrow a friend's camera or whatnot. So yeah, there's that kind of stuff I want to do. There's also this new series that I want to kick off. It's just, again, time permitting, is I want to be able to play a game of Uno with, one of my friends, interview one of my friends, whatnot, have some fun. Do like board games and stuff, like let's play with board games and stuff like that. Do some multiplayer video games where, we're filming us just kind of having fun. It's stuff like that. It's just some cool little things here and there that I'd love to do with this channel. And then the podcast, finally, would be something that I want to continue to do. Right now, I'll probably have about one every 2 weeks, maybe one every week. As time forbids, or not time forbids, as time allows, I'd like to do more, maybe 2 a week, if possible. I still have to go through, put there's really not that much editing to go into this kind of stuff, unless you want to do kind of like strip it down, like not strip it down. If you want to take out all the cringeworthy parts, like Butch Hartman does for his podcast. Yeah. Oh, art. That's another thing I want to do. I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to work my camera with a broken. It's got a piece broken in it. It's not like it's easy to replace. Where you screw it onto the tripod. I might actually bring that to the camera store in the next couple days here, Best Buy or Walmart or the Wolf camera store nearby, and try to get that fixed and whatnot. If not, I'll maybe look into buying a new camera with better quality, because I realized the last video wasn't that great of quality. Also, the lighting was really bad in there, so I definitely gotta work on that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do not a Let's Build, but I'm definitely gonna do a series for Planet Coaster. That's something I really want to do. I have a park in the works. Sitting there for maybe 3-4 hours trying to get 15 minutes of content out of it is probably not what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it, just like kind of give a tour through it all. Maybe do some live building, but there's no way in hell I'm going to sit there and do like a time lapse of me building for 4 hours. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, another idea I've had is getting another camera and using my phone to and my iPad to get different angles for. Oh my god, I just had a brilliant idea. Oh my god, I'm so dumb sometimes. But so I could record all like the Uno game, the board game, stuff like that from different angles, so I'm able to have you guys watch the game and also get each person in the camera view to do the interview and stuff like that. I do apologize for any audio issues I'm having. I'm eventually going to get my computer working with my microphone. Right now, I'm just sitting here at a table in the dark talking into my phone. So there's a lot of stuff I got to get situated for this channel for the next couple months before I go back to school. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool couple weeks of me trying to figure out what I want to do with this thing. I thought about abandoning it, and then it's just a little escape from the world that I have. So yeah, it's should be good. I apologize for that. Is there anything else that I want to talk about? There's not really anything else that I really want to get out there or anything. That's just really it. Once I'm with someone I'm doing this, we'll be able to talk back and forth sports. I'll probably bring my brother on this. He'll probably be my first guest on this little podcast thing. I think it's at Rhino Racing 71 on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. Or you can go through my followers or following people I'm following to go find him. He does a lot with racing. He does a lot of diecast car series. He's actually got a huge following in the racing community. He's kind of in this funny situation. More people know him in the racing community than he knows other people. It's an interesting thing that he's got going on. It's really cool because we've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people that recognize him first, then me. Or not then me, oh my god. Recognize him first and then he recognizes them. Actually that happened yesterday. Driver by the name of Jesse Owuji. I saw Ryan leaving the parking garage. I thought he was leaving the same parking garage. And he's like, "Hey, Ryan." And Ryan was, "Oh, what's up, Jesse?" And it's been an interesting experience. I didn't get any of it on camera. I ended up not doing the vlog this weekend, for Speed Street and the Hall of Fame and the races. I didn't really want to for that. Not even that I didn't even care. It's just I didn't really care to do it this weekend because my aunt's in town and stuff like that. Probably have my roommate on quite a bit during the school year because he's big into sports, and we could easily turn that into a sports podcast during the school year when all the sports are going strong. He's big into hockey and lacrosse and football, so Definitely be times where I do that. And other times, if I have other friends over, maybe we'll talk memes. I love talking memes. They're a lot of fun. A lot of times we just sit here and go talk about memes or look at memes, and then we'll play Uno or Monopoly. So that'd be an interesting thing if I had played Monopoly. That's definitely a friendship ender. But yeah, it's just a couple ideas I have thrown out there. I really want to do the Play With Me Uno, where I interview one of my friends or something like that, and just sit here and chill out, play Uno, go through some questions, kind of figure out what they're doing with their lives. I would enjoy doing it with smaller YouTubers. Like, I actually have a friend who's a YouTuber. He's a lot bigger than I am. I think he's got like 3,000 subscribers, which to me is a dream. Only having you 11, if you guys are listening. And so anyway, so he's Bartlett Outfitters on YouTube. He's a big fishing channel. I think he's done some hunting, but and I know something that he's starting to do. It's called Clears. No, maybe it's not. I don't remember what it was called. But he is starting a new drone thing where he goes up. He does drones. I think it's mostly just an Instagram thing. He does drone footage. He'll take pictures, do videos. It's all really cool. And he just does a lot of really cool nature stuff. He lives out in Western Carolina now, so if he's ever at home, maybe I can do something like that, and we can do an interview with him or something. Playing Uno, that'd be cool. My brother, I really want him to start a YouTube channel. Might actually help him start that tonight. And then my friend Jimmy, who co-owns Jimbo Slice Films with me. It's mostly like a friend kind of thing. Well, I guess it's owned by multiple people, but it's just us friends. We got together and we did this. We came up with this YouTube channel for a school project, which was originally called The Phantom. I'll leave a link in the below for you to go find that. So that you can go enjoy the hilarity of that. It's not bad. It's really cheesy, but it's not terrible. And me and my friend Brennan, who is also, I guess he's also a YouTuber, but he kind of does it only for school projects. He does some magician stuff for it. And maybe I'll have him on here. He's Fourth Dimension, which is a magic channel. He does magic. He's got a school project on there or something. I don't know. I guess I have a lot more friends on here that are on YouTube. But anyway, so we did The Phantom, and then after that, for the school project for the same class, we did To Kill Mockingbird newscast. And that is just funny. It's cringy, but it's hilarious. And I watch that thing probably more than I should. But I usually watch the updated version on my iPad as opposed to the original version on YouTube. But that still has over 150 views on it, which is really good for that channel. And then me, my friend Lauren, and my friend Jimmy, we all had to do something for a completely different language arts class or English class, whatever you want to call it, which was, I think it was based on the Canterbury Tales. And so the Jimmy's is the only one that's still up there. I think Lauren had her own. I don't know. It's whatever. Probably gonna take that part out anyway. But she had her own, and on a completely different channel. She might have just brought it on flash drive. And then mine, I uploaded mine on there. It wasn't as good as Jimmy's, but Jimmy's was amazing. And so we left that up there, mostly just kind of make fun of him. But everyone that Jimmy has been in has hit. I think it's 80 plus. Maybe it might even be 90 now. It's been a while since I went back and looked. 80 plus views per video that Jimmy is in. So if we ever do anything again with the Jimbo Slice Films brand, that he will for sure be in it, because it's just, for some reason, there's always more views when he's in it. And then there's a cooking video on there that I made, which is an embarrassment to myself, because it's supposed to be in Spanish, but it's poor. It's very poor. So I think that's about it. Some scripted stuff that I might actually start doing some scripted stuff on here, because I do enjoy writing scripts and just kind of doing some things. I've had a video in my mind for a while. I probably won't do it quite yet. I gotta give myself some time, work on my editing skills and all that kind of stuff, and just maybe I'll do it. But I've just kind of been rambling on here for a little bit too long. I can't wait to have a guest on here so that I will not be the only one talking for 20 straight minutes about nothing, really. So there we go. I've updated you about the channel. I've said what I wanted to do, which I pretty much did last video, but you saw my face doing it. And yeah, that should be about it. Thank you guys for listening. If you enjoyed it and you want to hear more, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Maybe I'll stop doing it. Leave a comment down below about stuff we can talk about, because it's really weird kind of sitting here just talking into a microphone, but I do like to talk a lot. So yeah, maybe I'll have something prepared, a little bit more prepared next time. Thanks for listening, guys. That was the very first WolfGator podcast. Thanks for listening. Oh, and don't subscribe. I forgot about that. You almost forgot that. I can't believe it. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thanks.